Welcome to the Call for Nature's Art 2025 edition exhibit here at the Runge Conservation Nature Center. I'm Rick Jay, who's putting on the show. We're featuring 50 of my artists that I have interviewed in the past 8 years. So come vote for your favorite artist and take a look at this 2025 exhibit. Thank you.
My name's Larry Carver, and this is my painting. It's called No Riders. I guess it's got a little bit of humor it's in it. This guy sitting in here on the steering wheel, he won't let this guy come in, so he's giving me a little stern look. This is from, I found a chassis on our property. We had 120 acres, and I found this chassis in there, and I thought, well, that'd make a good composition for a painting, more or less a Christmas painting and a wintertime painting. This painting hung at the Hawthorne Bank for quite a few years until recently, and I decided, well, I needed to come home. So I brought it home, and it hasn't been home but maybe a month until I hung it back in another place to be. So I just liked doing the snow and kind of a subdued background, the sky, and put this in there, and had to work with the photograph because the photograph you couldn't see in the background back in here, so you really had to stare at it or use your imagination to get light on the inside of the chassis and the side of the cab there. And I thought it was interesting that one side had a light and the other side didn't, so this is one of my biggest paintings, so I really like it, so I'm going to hang on to it for a long time.
Hello, I'm Kathleen Dake, and I'm from Jefferson City, Missouri. I did a painting called Bobcat Tracks, and it's a bobcat with a K because I go by Cat as my nickname. So my prompt for this painting was from my professor Colleen at Lincoln University earlier this spring. We had to do a self-portrait, but we had to make changes to it. And my idea was to use my CB handle, which was Bobcat in high school, to make myself into an image that was part Bobcat. And in the process, I was also happened to be researching some sunflower history, which they came from the Ozarks, but they're also the country flower for Ukraine. So the sunflowers with the dark blue symbolizes Ukraine, and there's a lot of symbolism, like there's a skeleton here that says war on a sickle, and there's a whole bunch of other little symbols on here, like a dove for peace and lightning for like a stormy time. And then these are the tracks, like Bobcat tracks, which I gave the name of the painting because of that. So this is a pencil drawing, and it does have maybe just a little bit of pastel pencil in it. And mostly I wanted to convey something bright and shiny and looks happy, but in the background there's a lot going on with the symbolism for all the problems that we're having. And that's my entry for the Runge Center's Call to Nature Art.
Hi, my name is Steve Peters, and I'm the artist who painted this painting behind me, In the Bittersweet. Little bit of history behind this painting. My dad sold insurance to dairy farmers in Texas when I was growing up. And I would often go with him in the backwoods of East Texas to his calls, and this painting is a bit of a memory play for me, with the dairy cattle in the background and the very tall pine trees in East Texas and the red mud and red clay of deep East Texas. So it's the story behind it is a memory of my father, and I'm very proud of the opportunity to have been his son and honor his memory.
Hi, I come to you now as artist Jerry Ricker. I know I've introduced myself as a stage name I've had for close to 50 years, Rick J, but I do love art, and I do recognize artists in a sense as an artist. So I hope you will enjoy looking at my piece here that I share in the show called For Nature's Art here at the Runge Conservation Nature Center. It's called Nature's Hidden Treasure. And once in a while we do go underground to get a shot. But this came to my mind, and I understand that there are places that do exist that look similar to this. So this is a shot underground, a water cave with a waterfall, and I just want to share it with you. I hope you will come to the Runge Conservation Nature Center and view all these artists. Again, close to 300 I've interviewed. We could only handle 50. So I invite you to come on down and watch all these interviews of these artists on YouTube under Rick J Presents. So thank you very much.
I'm Cliff Olson. I'm from Jefferson City, Missouri, and I'm a wood carver and painter. And I thank Rick and his group for the call of nature for 2025. Missouri is known for its dogwoods, and that's what I have in my wood carving here, dogwood and a beautiful blue jay. You know, blue jays get a terrible rap, being mean and robbing nests and all of that, but they are one of the most beautiful birds we have in Missouri. And I just enjoyed carving this. It's a series that I've done with various dogwoods and Missouri birds. So thank you for being here.
Hi, I'm Vivian Carwile. I'm here at the Runge Center, and we are at the Call for Nature art exhibit. I'm happy to have one of my paintings in this exhibit this year, and it's called Gasconade from Paradise Bluff. I painted this in sections at various times, and I finally completed it this year. It is a pastel and watercolor combination. It's a view of the Gasconade River from my brother's property, which he has named Paradise Bluff. I really like the colors in it. I love the view, and I just wanted to show the world what a beautiful place Osage County is and the Gasconade River. It's just a beautiful place to be every season of the year. And at this time, I was showing a somewhat summertime picture, but I enjoyed using a lot of the cool colors, which represented the coolness of the valley and also the river itself.
Hello, my name is Julie Rush, and I did this fabric collage of Brood 19, the cicadas that came last year. And I learned how to do fabric collage a few years ago, actually with the person that's hanging next to me. And I just love doing it. A million little pieces of fabric, and you put them together to come up with a collage. And I love working with fabric. I also am a traditional quilter. And the way these are made is I come up with a design, a drawing, and then start filling it in with all sorts of fabric and colors to come up with hopefully a nice design that everyone enjoys. And let's see, I started out in art. I have a bachelor's degree in art from the University of Kansas. And so I just love color mixing and I love quilting. And so I put the two things together, and here it is.
Yeah, my name's Dan Bernstetter. I'm a local wildlife nature photographer from Lowman, Missouri. And this is a photograph I have on exhibit that was actually taken on my property. For 2 years in a row, I had these red-shouldered hawks that built a nest and raised their young, and I was able to photograph and videograph them building the nest, feeding their young until they were old enough to fledge and fly away, which I even got photos of that. So I've submitted a video of the whole process a couple years ago to the Rocky Mountain Writers and Photographers that I belong to, and received first prize for the video that goes with this picture. So I was really fortunate for them to have them build in an area for me to be able to do a daily observation of their work.
Hi, I'm Rick J., and I'm here speaking today for artist Alina Yates, who came down sick here for the Call for Nature's art exhibit at the Runge Conservation Nature Center. So I'm going to play spokesman for Alina Yates. Alina is the president of the Mid-Missouri Artists Association in Warrensburg, Missouri. She has submitted her artwork today as a photographer. Not only an artist, a photographer, and also an entertainer, you could say, musician. But anyway, I wanted to cover her piece of work here. It's called a cedar waxwing, and there's a story behind this. She loves photography, so she noticed that these waxwings were appearing in her yard. So she set up a blind to capture these shots. They're known for settling in the cedar trees. So this is her photography on metal plate of a beautiful waxwing here with the berries in the cedar tree. I think she's done a great job. I want to thank her once again for being part of the Call for Nature's Art here at the Runge Conservation Nature Center.
Hi, my name is Gail Lee Van, and I'm a Missouri artist, and I am here at the Call for Nature's Art exhibit at the Runge Nature Center in Jefferson City, Missouri. And I'm here today to tell you about my painting, which is entitled Mrs. Fox. And as you can see, it's a fox, and of course you know it's a female fox because she has a little baby in the painting. And it looks like she's caught a rabbit to serve for dinner for her baby. And the inspiration of this painting came to me because I grew up on a farm in Missouri, and it was my dad had a crop and cattle farm, and I grew up on that. And he had some land on this farm that looked like this. Like he had pasture over here where the cattle would feed and graze. And over here he had woods that kind of bordered the meadows where the cattle grazed. And so that's what was my inspiration. And when I was a child, I would walk through the woods, and a lot of times the cattle would walk through there too, and they had cow paths through the woods, which were fun to follow. And ever so often you'd see critters. You'd see like foxes and raccoons and birds of all kinds, and just all kinds of little critters. And it was really a fun adventure for me when I was a child. So because of that memory, I decided to paint this painting for the Runge Nature Center exhibit. And I just want to thank Rick J. for coordinating this event for the artists that like to do conservation paintings. It's really a wonderful thing that he does every year for us, and I just want to let him know how much I appreciate this. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Curtis Hendricks. I'm a photographic and digital artist living in Jefferson City, Missouri. My thanks to Rick J. for putting this show on. It's something he does every few years, and it's always a hit. I began taking pictures when I was 15 with my father's little 35 millimeter camera that he couldn't quite get the hang of. I found I took to it very quickly, and I did that for a couple of decades. And then when digital photography came along, I moved on to it. As it has progressed and things have evolved over the years, I think I'm more digital than photography anymore, but it varies from piece to piece. This particular work is more photography than digital. What I've done here is captured a photograph right here at the Runge Center off on one of their trails, and did my typical edging and filtering of it to bring out the colors and bring out the contrast. Then I created a brand new canvas and created digital geometric shapes on that canvas of various colors. Brought it into the original photograph. The trick with this kind of art is just how far do you go? Do you keep it more photographic, or do you make it more digital? With this particular piece, I kept it more photographic. That kind of bucks the trend that I've been at lately, but I thought it fit well for this piece. I simply blended the digital shapes and colors into the background to bring out the colors of the woods, of the trail itself. I've had a lot of compliments on it. I'm very happy with it. I think it came off well. That's my story. I thank you so much for watching.
Hi, I'm Julie Campbell, and I'm an artist, amateur artist that is in the Call to Nature event here at the Runge Center. This is my picture. It is of a mountain lion or a cougar. I am a veterinarian that at one time I did work for a short time when I was in school at the Henry Dorley Zoo. So I did get an appreciation for some of the wildlife. And this is a pastel painting. It is a pencil pastel painting that I just recently did, and this is I think what I'm going to be doing is starting to do more wildlife and more animal art, and I just hope that you enjoy it.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Runge Nature Center. My name is Joel Koash. I am a volunteer at Runge, a volunteer as of this year. I went through the class, and now I'm part of the organization. I want to thank everyone here for the excellent training that they provide and the opportunities for so many artists and other experts to come in and give classes. Today was the artist special, and you've seen quite a bit of that today. When I retired, I was looking for something to occupy some space, and I find that working here, as far as adding to the community, an area that provides training, experiences for families, it just works all around for kind of an area in a city that you wouldn't think that these things were available. So once again, on behalf of the Runge Nature Center and myself, I want to thank you.
So we're standing from a bronze turtle here. I don't know how many years ago I made it, about 12 years. Anyway, it was cast in Colorado, and at first they wanted a small turtle, but I talked them into going a little larger, and I think it's a very popular sculpture. I think it probably gets photographed more than any sculpture in town with children. Anyway, it's nice to make it. They actually loaned me a living turtle as a model, and about somewhere along the line he escaped into my yard. I never found him back. I've seen him a couple times though. I recognize him. I studied his features. Anyway, it's great to be here, and it's nice to have made this piece for the Department of Conservation. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, Rick J. here at the Call for Nature's Art exhibit here at the Runge Conservation Nature Center in Jefferson City. We have a winner of the People's Choice Award, which is the gentleman to my right. And joining me to make a presentation is Austin, our, I guess we would call the naturalist here with the Runge that helps us on the show that I do it every year. So I would like to first present to Mr. Curtis Hendricks, the owner, shall we say, of the piece of the artwork here that won the People's Choice. So we'll present the People's Choice Award, and also with that comes a $100 bill as the winner of the 2025 Call for Nature's Art exhibit here at the Conservation Nature Center, Runge.
Thank you, sir.
Did you have any words for us?
Well, I'm virtually speechless, if that's believable to anybody. You know, I've been doing this kind of art for close to 30 years now, but only been exhibiting for about the last 10. And Rick, as you well know, when I started, there was a lot of discussion, even consternation within the local art community here as to whether this kind of art, photo art, what I've taken to call photographic digital art, should be included with traditional art.
And I have to jump in and let people know when I was with the local art club here in Jefferson City that for 3 years we've tried to be a part of those exhibits. So it took 3 years. Finally, they approved it, and now you see it. Not only is it exhibiting here at the Runge Conservation Nature Center, but also at the Capitol Arts on Missouri Boulevard. A lot of his art is available there. And now we have a digital photography art winner here at the Runge. So I'm really happy. That fight was worth it. I've always believed in Cliff. I told him from the beginning that I believed in his art. I thought it should be included. So we have a winner, win-win-win. You could say.
I'm just delighted. It's been quite the thing to watch the transformation in the community. You know, shortly before I started with my art, they weren't even accepting photography. They hadn't even grown to accept photography as a form of art. And when they finally did, it was only film photography.
Oh, I see.
So it took some time, but transformation has happened. In fact, the current executive director of Capitol Arts is a photo artist herself.
Oh,
And more are coming out of the woodwork and exhibiting, as I knew they were out there.
yes.
So I guess I've been kind of the tip of the spear on this a little bit, and I'm just delighted to see it happen. Art has, through its history, gone through transformation, and it has been somewhat status quo that traditional artists, whatever that is, might dig their heels in.
Yes.
Ironically, as we're finally seeing photographic and digital art being accepted, we're looking at another transformation coming on with AI.
Yes.
I'm already starting to see works presented around the world that are entirely AI generated as art. And the art community is going to have to deal with it, and it's going to have to deal with it in some other way than just digging its heels in and saying no, because that doesn't work.
Well, we're still seeing transition in the art world, and so I'm always welcome to it. I can't wait to start interviewing some of those. Austin, did you have any words?
No, we just want to thank everybody for coming out here and displaying with us. Thank Curtis, wonderful piece. But yeah, I just appreciate everybody sharing their works and look forward to next year.
Yes, and we're signed up for next year. So I want to thank once again everyone that did exhibit, and especially now this great venue, the Runge Conservation Nature Center in Jefferson City. Hope you'll enjoy. Thank you.